Hey everybody, Kevin here with Your Best Groove and Groove Tutorials, and today we're going to talk about using tabs with Groove pages. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the tutorials coming out here at Groove Tutorials. Alright, how do you add tabs and containers and connect them using Groove pages? Let's take a look. Okay, we are going to go into an example page here and we're going to add some tabs. And the way we're going to do that is, first of all, we're going to just add an empty block with an empty container so that we have something to work with. And just so we can make this clear, I'm going to add some space in here at the top and bottom of this so we can kind of see the block that we're working with. All right, so three pieces we need to use when we're creating tabs and using tabs. We're going to go to Elements, go down here to Tabs, and the first thing we're going to do is grab a tab container. So let's go ahead and pull that in. And obviously you can see this is an empty tabs container, drop some tab heads and tab content. So that's the next two pieces. So let's grab some tab heads, and you can see now that we have two tab headers. And I'm going to go over here again, and we're going to go back to tabs and grab some tab content. We're going to put it below the tab heads. And that's the beginning of our process. So something to be really aware of is you're always going to get tab 1 and tab 2. And when you bring in the two tab contents and we click on the gear, you'll see that we also have tab content 1 and tab content 2. So we default to getting two of each. Two tab heads and two tab contents. And if we go in here to the gear again and look, we can see that tab content 1 is linked. See this little link right here? And tab content 2 is linked. If we click on the link, we'll see that we have the two tab headers in the same container, and we can choose which one is connected. What Groove does is immediately when you create this whole construct, and I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go up to this one. We're going to put some space around it so you can, and we'll put a background just so we can see what we're working with here. Okay, so what we've got, this right here, this green area is the tabs container. You can see it down here at the bottom in the breadcrumbs. So inside the tabs container we have, let's go to the tab heads. This is the tab heads. Let's go ahead and mark that one as well so we can see. We'll give it a little bit darker green. Okay, so you can see the tab heads, and then this is the tabs content. Let's give it a background as well. We will make it even darker green, and it's grayed out because there's nothing in it. So we have our tabs container, we have our tab heads, and we have our tabs content. All of that is put together to create our tabs construct. Let's do this. Let's click on tab 1, and as you noticed before, these tabs are automatically connected. You can see that it says here, add block for tab content 2, add block for tab content 1. So we can switch back and forth between these two. So I'm going to choose tab 1, and I'm going to add block content for it. And I'm going to go to modern, just for this illustration. I'm going to go to pricing, and I'm going to use this one. So we're going to say that on tab 1, we're going to have this $97 price. Okay. If we click on tab 2, everything goes away because we're on a different container. So let's go to tab 2. We're going to go now to add block for tab content. We're going to go to modern again. Let's go to pricing. And this time we're going to choose the same one, but we're going to change it a little bit. So we'll click this one and choose it. By the way, sometimes what you're seeing right here, if it didn't come in the first time, click it again, go through the process again, and the second time it will bring it in, just in case you run into that. Okay, so we're going to call this, $197. We're going to say it is the second option. So we have a price list here. Tab 1 is $97, tab 2 is $197. And now everything inside of this block can be changed. So the tab is going to determine what they're seeing. So let's do this. Let's go to the settings, and we will rename this from tab 1. We're going to call it monthly, and then we're going to call this annual and update and close. Okay, so now you can see they're starting to take shape. We go to our monthly price, we go to our annual price, and we are able to change tabs to find that. Now, let's do something else. What happens if we want 4 or 5 tabs? What I'm going to do is I'm going to click again on the tab heads. I'm going to click the gear, and I'm going to say we want 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna say this one is 1 month. This one is 2 months, as if you're making payment options of some sort. This one is going to be annual, this is going to be free, and this is going to be extra, just so we can see. So we're just changing the names of the tabs right now. So we get update. So we can see that we have annual, free, extra, and What's interesting though is you notice when we do 1 month, what we added shows up. 2 months, what we added shows up, but we're missing any content for these 3 tabs. How do we add content for those tabs? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the tabs content. So make sure in your breadcrumbs you're on the tabs content. We're going to click the gear. And we've got the same thing we need to do here. We're going to do 3, 4, and 5. Now, important to note that these first 2, the gear, let's zoom in a little bit, the gear is already highlighted, or it's red or pink or whatever color that is. These are not linked yet. So what we have to do when we add tabs and we add content, we have to manually link them. So we have tab content 3. We're going to click this little link, and you can see that 1 month and 2 months is already connected. We're going to choose annual for that one. We're going to click this little link. We're going to choose free, and I'm just putting them in order, and extra. Okay, so now we've connected tab content to actual tabs. We can update and close. Now, when we take a look at these tabs, now we're going to click on annual. You'll see that we have an empty block for content 3. I'm going to go through the process here just one time, go to modern, pricing, and just so we can see it really quickly, I'm just going to grab this one. And again, it didn't come in the first time. I'm going to click on it again, go through that process again, pricing. We'll just grab this one. And now it's added. So from here, we have the ability to edit the content, but that's how you add the tabs to the page. That's how you add the content. That's how you connect the content to the tabs. That's it. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope that you are finding more and more tips here at Groove Tutorials for how to use Groove to manage your business. Before you go, make sure you like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss any of the tutorials, and also make sure you check out the Groove for Growth Academy, where we have hundreds of up-to-date, concise, helpful videos ready for you to help you master Groove for your business. Thanks everybody. I'll see you in the next video.